What if you could cheat in Black Ops 7 without ever getting banned? That's the goal. So in this video, I boiled down my 2 years of closet cheating experience into a 3-pillar formula. By the way, we're going much deeper than just don't beam players across the map. We're going over the secrets to cheating in Black Ops 7 so you can play completely undetected. Cheating in Black Ops 7 can give you perfect aim and godlike awareness, but it can also leave you with that dreaded message, you've been permanently banned. Running around only hitting headshots is a fast track to getting banned, and to fix this, we're going to need to make you what's called a legit config. All this means is that we're going to configure our cheat so that we look just like a normal player. I would recommend to stick to only the 2 following features. Starting with aimbot, we need to make sure we have high smoothing and visual check enabled. If you don't know what these are, don't worry as I'm going to explain. Smoothing is a feature on this cheat that gives it a natural look. For example, when we lower the smoothing to 0, the aimbot will snap onto targets, which makes your aimbot obvious. However, when we set it to 5 or higher, the aimbot will look natural and people will assume you simply have good aim. But here's a pro tip that most people don't talk about. If you're in close quarters combat, you can turn down the smoothing to a lower value. However, if you're shooting people at a distance, you'll definitely want to increase the smoothing a bit. Think of smoothing as how human do you want your aimbot to look. Next, we have the visual check feature, and when it's enabled, your aimbot will not target enemies if they're behind a wall. This is a unique feature that is super useful to prevent pre-firing people. This is non-negotiable. Pre-firing a corner is one thing, pre-firing a corner and perfectly tracking a guy through the wall as you turn is a guaranteed report. Especially in a game like Black Ops 7 where people can see kill cams, you'll definitely want to make sure you're not pre-firing people. Visual check stops your aimbot from considering to target an enemy if it can't see it. The next feature we're going to use is ESP. On this cheat, for example, we have a bunch of ESP options like box, skeleton, head, health, name, and distance ESP. This is highly customizable and is mostly just preference. Now let's talk about how to use ESP without looking like you have it. The biggest mistake is tracking players through walls with your crosshair. You know he's about to come through that door, but you can't stare at the door waiting for him. A legitimate player would be checking other angles, reloading, or looking at their map. You need to use your peripheral awareness to not make it obvious. For legit cheating, I recommend to stick to only aimbot and ESP so you can play Black Ops 7 without being blatant. However, the next step is also super important. If you're on a level 1 account with no history, you're raising 2 red flags. First, when people see you at the top of the leaderboard with insane stats, they're going to report you. The second red flag is the anti-cheat will also raise suspicion. When a brand new player starts dropping a 10 KD, the anti-cheat will mark you as suspicious and will watch you far more closely. To fix this, try to level up your account before cheating, something like 30 plus hours in the game will do. But what does that history actually do? It builds a player profile. Think of it like this. If a seasoned player suddenly starts improving their accuracy by 50%, it's plausible. They might have gotten a new mouse, practiced their aim, or just finally learned the recoil patterns. If a brand new player has pro level stats from day 1, both automated systems and human reviewers might notice. So play those 30 hours legitimately, unlock some guns, get a positive KD, and most importantly, build a playstyle. Then, when you enable the cheats, your improvement curve will look natural. However, if you are in a brand new account, it isn't a deal breaker, you'll just have to follow the next pillar even closer. Using the right cheat is key, and more specifically, using a cheat that is designed to not be obvious. Even if you followed the previous pillars perfectly, if your cheat is junk, you'll get banned anyways. Do your research. Most paid cheats are either overhyped, detected, or just not built for staying under the radar. So, what should you look for? You need a cheat that has a robust HWID spoofer. A good spoofer will mask your HWID so that if a ban does slip through, you can spoof and create a new account without having to buy a whole new PC. Oftentimes, if you get banned in Black Ops 7, they can ban your computer essentially, and without a spoofer, you'll have to buy a whole new PC to play again. However, a simple spoofer will fix this problem. At Arctic Cheats, our Frost Black Ops 7 cheat comes with an inbuilt spoofer that runs automatically with the cheat. Super simple to use. At Arctic Cheats, we have a few Black Ops 7 cheats available, but I'd recommend Frost as it's the most beginner friendly and comes with all the advanced features that we discussed earlier, like customizable smoothing, visual check, ESP, and much more. It's also fully undetected. In the description below, you can purchase Frost, and you can also use code YT for 10% off your order. Anyways, hit that like and subscribe button if you found this video useful, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.